So here is the chicks. It is week 3 and they have gotten bigger. They even have a tail feather, huh? Besides the two darker ones, yeah.
Give me every detail. I won't judge you, as you know.
The way you make me feel at night when I am vulnerable and it's cold outside, but you make it alright. I wanna know you better. Give me every detail. I won't judge you, as you know.
And we do believe that one of the gray ones is a male. Look how big that one is. Oh my God. I didn't even realize how big she got. Wow. Compared to the other one?
Which one?
Right there. Over here. We're about to move them downstairs to my husband's garage because for some reason the sunroom is not staying as cool as I would like for it to be. All right, they're about to go to their new home. I am headed to their new home in my husband's garage. We also decided to use a fan to circulate because there's no windows. Because this garage is in the basement, this area stays cool. I don't know if I want to keep them here because I just killed the spider so big it made me scream. What a great time to grow your pantry. Plant a seed and grow your food. So over in these teal pots, I did plant some snap peas and some butterfly flowers seeds. The flower seeds are starting to come up, but these snap peas, they just came right on up and they are doing just fine. Hopefully they will eventually trellis this whole area. My potato bed, it is just looking really good. It's actually starting to flower. I didn't think it would do that so soon. So I'm debating if I'm gonna pop those flowers off and let them wait for a little while or just let it do what it do.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through and through.
So it is time for me to fertilize every single thing. And I'm trying to do that once a week. But this bed is really moving, not as fast as I want it to move, or maybe that it should be moving with the squash. The tomatoes look just fine though. In this bed we have zucchini, squash, and watermelon. And of course some mushrooms have popped up. This bed right here is also moving a little slow. On one side of it I have squash, and I also have some more snap peas right here, and in hopes that it'll trellis up above. On the opposite side of it I have cucumbers, and little did I know I have some cucumbers on there. Weird shape, but cucumbers nonetheless.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Both the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
So in this bed right here, I decided to move those extra peppers out of the buckets and put them in here, but they honestly were doing better in the buckets. So I'm really debating putting them in individual buckets again and letting them just grow like that. Over here is another pepper bed. I have bell pepper and jalapeno pepper in here, and I think my husband planted habanero, I think it was. These all, I pulled these off, y'all, because I want the plant to grow a little bit bigger. When I bought them, they had these on there, but I decided to take them off and not jeopardize the plant and the fruit. These are all new bell peppers that have come on this, so I'm going to leave them on there because this plant is actually bigger than all the other pepper plants I have out here.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Although the squash do have flower on them, they don't look that great, y'all. So over here where I have my buckets, let me step back so you can see. So these are my eggplants. I actually have 3 plants in here, and I don't know if I want to move them now. It might be too late. Hopefully they'll do fine. I have them spaced out as much as I possibly can. I've never grown eggplants before, so I just wanted to see how they would do in the bucket with 3. Next time I do it, if I like them, then I'll do something different. All these are peppers right here that I have taken those other peppers out so they'll have more space to grow. So in my cement containers, I have my turnips, which I call Little Johns, and on the ends you see watermelon that has grown up, and it's doing pretty good on each end. Well, not on the end of that one, but on the other cement container, I have them on both ends. I did plant them in that one, but they didn't come up, so oh well. We have some growing, that's enough, right? The turnips are doing so great. I did take a couple out of the other bin and place them in this first one right here, but now they aren't doing good. I checked them today. This video was recorded a few days ago. In these buckets right here, I have squash, and they are doing so great. They've even gotten bigger since I recorded this a few days ago, you guys. Now, one of the pots, one of the containers, I forgot I didn't have holes in it. I think I took that one for my husband. And so the water was just sitting there, so I just drilled some holes in it and let it all out, and now they are growing so big. My tomatoes are looking really well. They don't look sick. I did I did prune off some of the suckers that are on here at the bottom, and also, y'all, I have some tomatoes on there. I know a lot of people don't like to prune their tomatoes. I like to prune mine. I got a lot of tomatoes from doing that last year, and it creates so much airflow, but you don't have to do it if you don't want to. And it also, you can also see more of those little bugs that you'll see later that are on here. I had a worm, y'all. So when you see that you have one on there, just take it off. I don't have a problem with just picking, I fish with worms. So it was no problem for me to take this caterpillar or whatever it was and take it off of there and squish it. Down the road, I'll be able to give it to the chickens. How exciting, I have fruit. So here's my experimental raised bed where I planted some pumpkin seeds, corn, okra, just to see if it could grow in this clay soil. And of course, it is growing. I do have some weeds in there, but my pumpkins are growing. My okra is now coming up. That's my corn right there. And I only planted these rows. So now that I know that that does that, I will utilize this entire bed. Really, well, next summer, definitely, I will utilize this bed to plant my corn in the spring. Update on my elephant ear. Annie is looking really well. She has more sprouts coming up. I'm very happy to see her. The next project, well, I have one more project in the back, but this one is definitely right behind that one because I need to redo these beds. I have peppers planted in there. They're doing okay. I need to fertilize them. I forgot to fertilize them when I fertilized the other ones in the back, but they're doing okay. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm giving it a slow release granular fertilizer instead of the liquid one that I gave the ones in the back. But I want to add some flowers to the front of my house, you guys. So I'm also going to pull the celery up when I do. They're already going to seed, and they aren't even that big. But this was something that I had bought, cooked with, and I decided to replant it. And it was doing fine, but the fact that I planted it in this front made it just go bad. It needs to be in kind of a shady, cool space to grow. So I have 2 huge sage plants. I won't be pulling those up. I will just let those die down and they'll come right back up. These right here are not sage. They're ornamental. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's not a sage plant. And this is the second sage plant. So you guys, thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video.